Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with another pick a card, and this kind of goes hand in hand with last week's pick a card, in the sense that we are going to be talking about how and where will your future spouse approach you. So again, with that said though, it may not necessarily be just your future spouse that approaches you. It could be that you're approaching them, but it's, it just depends. It may be a case where for some of you, this reading overall won't resonate because it's really you who's meant to approach them. Or again, it could be the case where they're approaching you. We're kind of focusing more on the situation, the how, what's going on, as well as maybe some potential time periods here for some of you. But this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching it is when it's going to apply to you. As always, this is still a general reading, so not every card, not every message may resonate for you personally. So take it how you will, apply it to your situation as you will. And again, if you're curious about synchronicities that you might see before meeting your future spouse, that was last week's video. And if you're interested in more exclusive pick-a-cards, some steamy, spicy readings as well, definitely do check out my Patreon link down below, because that's where you'll get access to all kinds of extra goodies, and the support that I get through Patreon helps to keep this channel going. So with that said, let me go ahead and introduce you to the piles that we have here today. So for pile 1, we have Sodalite. For pile 2, we have Ametrine. For pile 3, we have Kiwi Jasper. And for pile 4, we have Sunstone. So definitely take as much time as you need. Meditate on the piles. Ask your higher self, your higher guides, what it is you need to know about the how and the where, maybe the when of when you might be meeting or when your future spouse will approach you. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say. All right, for those that were attracted to pile 1 here with the Sodalite stone, we're going to go ahead and see when and how and where maybe your future spouse will be approaching you. So it just makes me think of the JoJo joke. Oh, so you're approaching me. But again, we have Sodalite here, so it could definitely be an event that is going to require a lot of speaking on your part, or again, speaking in general. But let's see what the cards. So we have the 4 of Pentacles. I'm using a little mini deck here. So cute. We also have the Ace of Swords. Oh my God. 4 Pentacles, Ace of Swords. And we have Temperance. So interesting. So again, might kind of makes sense that I was saying, oh, maybe some sort of speaking event, somewhere where your intellect is required, because we have the Ace of Swords, and that's what the swords represent. It's definitely a brand new beginning kind of time for you. You're working on your balance. It could be at a career event of some sort, somewhere where you're dealing with stability. You might be even a bit shy to kind of step out. It could also be maybe in a health kind of situation, like maybe like a yoga class, or like Pilates, like some sort of health kind of institution in some aspect, a gym, something like that could also be a possibility for you guys. Some place of higher learning as well. Maybe traveling to a foreign place, because we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. Let's see what else we have here. We also have car. So again, something about cars, a car show maybe. Someplace where there's a lot of sunflowers. Maybe you're driving home for the weekend or something. We also have weapons. Interesting. So something about weapons is involved in the situation. Maybe you're even going to a convention of some sort. We also have Mars in Scorpio with revenge. Let's see. We have present power, but it's coming out in the reverse. So I definitely feel like some of you might be, again, struggling with kind of pushing yourself out there, because again, this situation, this place is kind of requiring you to step up, to speak up in some aspect. We have tree with grounding, which, oh my gosh, she is doing tree pose right here in this image. So yes, you're going to be required to be very grounded and very stable. and trust that you have everything you need around you. So don't be afraid to, again, speak up your mind. We have card 23 here, and we have card 20, which we'll see more about that in a moment. But let's kind of like look over some of the meanings that could be coming up here with the particular cards that we have. So let's start off with our smaller cards. So for our car, an immediate trip, successful personality, good luck. So again, there's something about a trip. You're going on a journey of some sort when you're in that situation where your future spouse can approach you. Also, with the weapons card, it could be definitely about claiming your courage, again, kind of growing, evolving. Maybe this is a trip or something that has to do with growing your spiritual center. Again, growing in your power. I'm just getting a sense of like you're going somewhere to either learn or connect with and network with other people. Let's see about our astrological card there, which was Mars in Scorpio, and see what particular events it has in relations to it. So Mars in Scorpio. When this card is selected in a reading, extreme action is at least a possibility in the current situation. As long as one is able to use this potential in a controlled way, the outcome can be positive. So events are a phenomenal achievement, extreme effort in order to overcome some kind of problem, getting even with someone, an over-the-top reaction to a perceived hurt. So yeah, it could be maybe that you're going with maybe a group of friends. Maybe you guys have a little bit of a tiff or something for some of you. But let's look at this present power in the reverse, because this is something that you guys need to definitely overcome and work on. So with it, when this card is reversed, the man falls off his pedestal and loses control of the beastly concerns about the past and future. Time, plans, and even daily life can seem out of control. This indicates a loss of balance and even feelings of powerlessness for you. Perhaps a difficult issue or person from your past has resurfaced. Whether it's a minor annoyance or a major disruption, it's disturbing your momentum. There could also be a future plan that is falling apart or worries about the future that may be consuming you. Urgency has gotten you turned upside down, and you are desperately trying to regain control. You must reclaim your power now. Bring your mind back to the present, where your true strength lies. Take any necessary action, and remember the power of choosing trust, optimism, and appreciation. By bringing these energies to the here and now, you can finally heal the past and create happiness in the present, and forge the exciting new future you long for and deserve. So again, this is definitely going to be a time period or situation where, yeah, you are going to go through kind of a rough patch a little bit, but again, whatever this trip or this event is all about kind of boosting up your power again and kind of focusing on you in a way and starting again. So it's also looking at our tree with grounding. Let's see what it has to say for you guys. There might even be like a really significant tree around this venue. Maybe there's like a little bit of water, like a little pond or something. I don't get a sense of like a big or even like maybe it's a garden. Like what is the word I'm looking for? Like a botanical garden or something. But there's some nice quiet spot that maybe attracts your attention. But with this here, consider how you have been feeling scattered and spacey lately. You're not fully in your body, and that is because you have not been able to get grounded. This is quite literal in that your body is made of the materials of the earth. So when you feel disconnected from your body, you are inevitably disconnected from earth. So get yourself grounded. You can do so quite simply. With your feet firmly planted on the ground wherever you are, feel the etheric roots that extend into the earth. Follow your breath so that Each time you exhale, you can imagine these roots going even deeper. Each time you inhale, draw up the loving, nurturing power of Mother Earth. As soon as you have the chance, go outdoors and sit or stand with your back supported by a tree. Feel its solidness and integrity. It is simply being a tree. Breathe in the essence of the tree spirit and allow this to fill you up. Walk barefoot very slowly on the ground so you can maintain this connection. Interesting. Maybe this is what's going to catch your future spouse's attention, because you're going to be barefoot and you're just kind of be like chilling, taking breath. You need to like kind of like regroup, recenter, and they're going to be kind of just like watching you, curious. So let's also look at our 2 cards over here and see what they have to say. So this is card 20 and card 23. So this is Tira and the Cosmic Buffalo, which has to do with fulfillment. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Tira is the god of the heavens and the creator of the world and the guardian of the cosmic buffalo. Each of buffalo's hooves is part of the cadence of the 4 eras, moving until it is completely consumed. When the last hoof is consumed, the world will enter a phase of destruction, from which will rise again only with buffalo's rebirth. This is the life cycle and a reminder that there is a proper time for everything. Periods of lack are followed by times of abundance. So this is kind of like death energy here. So if things are not how you like, remember that the natural cycles of life will bring about change. Everything is born, grows, and dies, thus attaining fulfillment. So fulfillment, completion, cycles, rebirth, the power of time, endings, and beginnings. So the time period here is the ending or conclusion of a situation or season. So again, maybe you're going to be dealing with the switching of a season. Maybe it's the conclusion of a study. Maybe it's like you won't meet your future spouse. They won't approach you until like the end of this event or this getaway or this vacation. We also have that card 23. So this is the dream catcher with choice. One word for a dream catcher means spider, and a dream catcher does look like a spider's web. It is a hoop made of willow and woven with a loose web, often of red dyed yarn and decorated with feathers and beads. It is circular to represent the path traveled by the sun and the moon through the heavens. Often given to infants and children, it filters out bad dreams or thoughts, catching them in the web, allowing only sweet dreams and positive thoughts to enter the sleeping mind. When the sun rises, everything caught in the web disappears. As adults, we can use our power of choice to filter out the bad thoughts from the good ones. So cultivate discernment and make sure you understand all the subtleties before jumping to conclusions. The keywords are choice, discernment, study, knowledge, revised plans. The time period is Wednesdays. So again, something significant might be happening in a Wednesday. Also, I want to mention with temperance, again, with that Sagittarius energy, that could talk about also religious things have to do with philosophy. Again, that spirituality aspect, teaching even. Maybe you're going to be teaching a class where you have to speak up and share your knowledge that you've gathered for a long time, which is why it's about reclaiming your power too. Again, this is definitely very new territory for you wherever this is. And I don't know, I'm almost getting the sense of maybe you drop something and like the future spouse actually picks it up for you or something. I don't know why that's coming to mind as well. But there's lots of opportunities at whatever this event is where it's like you can have fun, you can learn more, and again, you can forge new connections as well. But there's also a lot of like, you might be put on the spot in some way. So that is everything I'm getting for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do let me know. Comment down below. And of course, if you want to help support this channel, please do check out my Patreon link down below. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. All right, for those that chose pile 2 here with the ametrine piece, we're going to go ahead and see about how and where and maybe when your future spouse will approach you. So let's see what's going on. So we have the 9 of Swords here. So clearly you might be in a little bit of a pickle. You might be very stressed out during this time period. We also have the 7 of Pentacles. So this could do a lot with your work. Be a work situation. And we have the Hermit. So self-study, maybe at a university, on campus for some of you. It could definitely be in an outdoor setting for others of you. Um, but yeah, there's a sense of here you're on a journey when it comes to your personal evolution and growth of your spirituality. You might even be going to hear somebody speak on maybe something that is inspiring to you, so kind of like a spiritual mentor that you're learning from. But definitely I'm getting a strong sense of like, yeah, there's something kind of like career or education based here about how this person is approaching you, because you could be very stressed out. Maybe in a library for some of you is where your future spouse will approach you, because you could be very stressed out. Maybe others of you, it's literally like an orchard of some sort. But yeah, you're kind of not into it at the moment or something. It's like you're really trying to focus, because it's like maybe you have a deadline for a project, you have exams coming up, you're really stressed out, honestly. And so it's kind of like unexpected when they come up to you. Let's see what else we have. We also have tree. So yeah, again, with a little bit of that outdoor setting coming out again. Again, the tree could be really about trying to claim your stability, finding your balance, especially when you're overwhelmed. We have Sun in Pisces with vision, and we have Mars in Cancer with quarrel. So you could be having a tough spot right now with your family. There could be family issues happening as well that are kind of distracting you, but you definitely need to be listening to your intuition. We also have the Ascended Masters coming up in the reverse. We have lake with stillness. So maybe this is going to be happening or occurring around some sort of lake. And we have card 2 here, which we'll see more about in a moment. But let's start diving into, let's look at the tree. So yeah, promising future, new home, industriousness. And, you know, it's interesting because it's going to also talk about family troubles. And we have that quarrel with Cancer, which Cancer rules family, mothers, the home situation. So again, a lot of these things might be kind of occurring around this time period. There might be some family disputes about something. So again, you got a lot on your plate during this period where they're going to be approaching you. So you might not be very open to their approach. I get the sense of you. There might be kind of a sense of coldness that comes off from you, but it's like if you kind of open your eyes and you realize like, hey, what is happening here? Good things can come from it. So let's actually talk a little bit about the Sun in Pisces. This could even be occurring, or they could be approaching you during Pisces season. So when this card is selected, the questioner may be dreaming of escape in the form of a long-distance voyage or other get-away-from-it-all activity. The vision card may also indicate a new interest and very often some ability in psychology and or psychic research. It suggests that at some time in the future, the person asking the question may be involved with a large institution, and that service to others will provide great satisfaction, recognition, and fulfillment. So the meanings here, or the events, are a sacrifice, a mystery or confusion of imagination and reality, a chance to escape, a miracle, situations in which one loses the plot. Interesting. So let's also talk about our Ascended Masters card here as well. So it came out in the reverse. So let's see what this has to say. When this card is reversed, it heralds the approach of the Ascended Masters who have appeared more recently in this earthly form. These include, but are not limited to, Hilarion and Saint Germain. Be aware of the powerful energy brought by these and the other masters of this card signifies. Use your intuition to determine who might be guiding you. There's that vision coming in. Hilarion is the master of intellect, detail, and follow-through, as symbolized by the all-seeing eye of the pyramid. Holy shit! Maybe Hilarion is like a big part of this, like a spirit guide who is trying to guide you. It might be pointing you in the direction to your future spouse here as well, to set you on the path to where you guys can encounter and meet. So now is a good time to finish a project that requires some mental attention, so call on Hilarion to give you a hand. He can also guide you in matters concerning science and discovery, and even in mediumship and spirit communication. Crazy. The Count Saint Germain, which if you don't know about Saint Germain, definitely go and look him up and read about him. He is a crazy interesting character. So, represented by the infinity sign, is also being brought to you. This powerful spirit is the master of ceremony and group energy, and he can help to help in families, corporations, and organizations. Wow, that is crazy. Oh, I just realized I need to read the coral card here. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I guess there was a reason why I needed to read this before that. If you're dealing with a group issue of some kind, Saint Germain can bring great inspiration and resolution. He's also a wonderful source of assistance when you're trying to shift your own consciousness, the consciousness of a community or even the whole world. Damn, maybe you're working on your thesis or something when your future spouse approaches you. So let me go back to that coral card because I totally blanked on that. Sorry. So that is in Cancer. So when this card is selected, it usually shows that all is not well in the family nest. So particular events are a continuing family row, a family estrangement, fighting over inheritance, a divorce, or a problem involving custody. Yikes. Damn. So moving along here to the lake with stillness. I feel like this is really representing that energy of where it is you want to escape to. With the lake and stillness, because that's, again, what the Pisces card was bringing up as well. So the tempo of life these days has sped up considerably, and there seems to be no end to the quickening pace. Immersed as we are in the technological whirlpool, there seems no escape. However, there's no need to be a prisoner to the hurry-up syndrome, nor is there a need to feel trapped by the awareness of the collective intensities that massive numbers of humans are experiencing these days. No matter if the noise is from your environment or your seemingly nonstop thinking, it is critical for you to seek stillness. Find it in your world, whether it's a special place in your home or a place in nature that is far from human-made noise. Of particular importance is finding it inside yourself, which can be made easier by being in a quiet place in a natural setting. Doing so not only relaxes your mind, but also heightens your awareness and senses. Yes, you might become aware of the fact that, hey, somebody is watching you, or they're eyeing you, they kind of want to approach you, and you catch their eye, you make eye contact, and it's like, whoa, what is this? So obviously, some other things. So again, an outdoor setting is coming out for you guys that you might be in, where you're trying to chill, you're trying to calm down, especially because of all you got so much shit on your plate happening right now, and a lot of it is very stressful, and you're just like, oh my God, how am I going to handle all this? And the other thing here is that maybe your family has something to do with how your future spouse approaches you as well. If you're going back home because of all that mayhem that's occurring. I don't know, that could be a possibility for some of you, but let's look at our card 2 here as well and see. This is the snow goose. This has to do with love. Oh my God. It could definitely be a love at first sight situation that you're not expecting. On a mundane level, the snow goose represents loyalty, fidelity, devotion, combined with passionate desire that moves the heart. Deep instincts are nurtured and supported, allowing for intense connections between loved ones. These feelings of connection and safety resonate with the inner spirit and encourage confidence in one's deepest core. The qualities of the snow goose create the perfect environment for transformation. Just as snow goose pushes us to connect with our human loves, it also nudges us toward a deeper, closer connection with spirit. Shells are symbols of fertility and transformation. So the message here is make choices based on love and that support loving relationships, both earthly and spiritual. So keywords are love, union, connection, devotion, friendship, sexuality, family, and tradition. You have so much of that going on here. So the time period here, oh wow, is January, the month of renewal. So yeah, that is very specific. Again, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're hearing it, maybe whenever January is coming back around, that's going to be a really important time period for you guys, and what's happening here. So, and especially in regards to your future spouse, making that move at you. So, with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. And of course, if you want to have access to more exclusive content, including some spicy readings to, heat up your future spouse readings here, definitely do check out my Patreon link down below. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. For those that picked pile 3 here with the Kiwi Jasper, we're going to go ahead and see how and where and potentially when your future spouse might be approaching you and what is happening in your life. So we have Strength coming out, so Leo season. Maybe they're going to be approaching you during Leo season. We also have the 4 of Swords here, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So 2 major arcanas come out. Definitely, I almost feel like your future spouse will first be approaching you in your dreams. So really, really pay attention to your dreams. Overall in your life at this time, there might be some chaos, there might be some mayhem, but you can handle it because everything is on, again, this wheel of fate. You know, this is a very fated meeting when your future spouse approaches you. It is during a time period where there might be a lot of ups and downs for you, but it's like your luck is definitely changing. So it's like if it's a situation where things have been really rough for you, they're going to switch to something good and it's going to happen and you're going to get premonitions about it before the event even occurs. There could be something very, like the weather could be very stormy. There might be a lot of wind happening on the day that you meet each other. And I get the sense of, you know, always be putting your best foot forward, making sure that you're paying attention to your appearance. You know, first impressions matter around this time, that you're being very genuine, very honest with yourself and being authentic. And also don't be judging a book by its cover. We have Knots coming out with 44, so that might be a synchronicity for some of you. But Knots, I don't know with that one. That is a weird one. I don't know how that, maybe there's knots around, or maybe that has to do with the name of a place, something like that. We also have Fulfillment with Saturn in Sagittarius. So maybe this is occurring in a foreign place for some of you. Maybe you're traveling, especially in regards to business. We have New Supportive Connections coming out. So we have another 8 here as well. So 8 might be a strong synchronicity. We have Love and Compassion coming out as well. Maybe some sort of like charitable event. And we have card 18 here, which we'll see more about. And again, I think it's interesting. Maybe there's going to be some wide open space. Maybe like a field or a meadow or something like that. But let's go ahead and look at that Knots card a little bit and see if we can gather some more information from it. So, tempting proposition. So yeah, there might be a tempting proposition happening. You're kind of weighing pros and cons, or you could be a little bit confused. It could also have a lot to do with settlements or oaths of eternal love. So again, tying the knot, maybe it's literally there's some sort of event that you're going to where somebody is tying the knot, like a wedding, a celebration of some sort. Or maybe you're just seeing that happen. Maybe you're not necessarily a part of it, but it's like it's somewhere you're witnessing somebody maybe, you know, declaring their love for each other, tying the knot, so to speak. So let's see what else we have here. Let's talk about our Saturn in Sag. So with it. So usually when this card turns up in a reading, it indicates a successful culmination to an ambition or business venture. This usually has something to do with a contact in a foreign country. So the particular events are an important business trip abroad, an international conference, acquiring a reputation abroad, the effects of a major faux pas. So again, those could be events that are occurring where your future spouse might be approaching you. Let's see about these new supportive connections. Maybe it's some sort of art situation as well, you know, because we have 2 people we're seeing here who are, you know, engaging in artistic adventures, an art fair, a gallery show maybe. But this talks about networking opportunities. So it's definitely something to do with your career. So, a man and woman are enjoying an art class in a loving environment. This card brings you increased connections with new people of like mind and heart. Now is a good time to engage in activities that will bring you together with others in more meaningful and profound ways. Perhaps you can organize a meditation group, take some class in a field that interests you, or join a book club, bowling league, writers group, or anything that genuinely calls to you. So these are the places where your future spouse could approach you. There's a beneficial, energetic momentum that comes from your actions in this regard. As you pursue more paths of personal interest, you forge intentions in the energetic realm that are bound to pay off in real time. The new connections you make in this type of networking could bring jobs, love, opportunity, happiness, and even more financial success in the future. Start investigating the many ways you can put yourself out there and network. Expand your interests and your experiences as you connect with kindred others. The potential for joy will increase in your life, as will your magnetic energy. So yeah, and those are very Leo-like qualities as well, in like Leo-like situations. So again, the arts, performance, anywhere like that has that Leo energy about it, and things that Leo rules. So check that out, do some research. Anything that Leo or Sagittarius rules could be very significant here. So again, foreign cultures, institutions, higher learning, spirituality, philosophy, again, these artistic ventures, performance. Look into all those avenues. So we also have the love card coming out for you, which is fantastic since we're talking about future spouse here. So compassion. All wounds stem from the illusion of separation from source and on all creation. The route to heal this wound is through cultivating love and compassion for every being on this planet, including yourself. Not a bland standard of unquestioned acceptance, but a heartfelt sense of profound relatedness to whatever you perceive as apart from yourself. True compassion requires not only the feeling of warmth that emanates when you are in touch with your heart center, but in acts of kindness, even if this simply means being a fully attentive listener. Respect the fact that your heart is a giver, putting out electrical energy, and a receiver, drawing in magnetic energy. These energies are best sensed by attending to the steady flow of your breathing while also noticing your heart area. Righteousness, fear, anger, and judgment are some common ways to block your natural desire to love. Forgiveness is not only letting go of judgment, but also seeing through the illusion that you and all that is are separate. Look about you and inside of you and do your best to love whatever you see. Beautiful message. So lastly, we have this card 18. We're going to see what it is, because I've actually never pulled this card from this deck before. So let's see what we got. So this is the Corn Mother, fertility. Damn. The Corn Mother is the Mother Earth, the mother of all planets. It is said that she produced corn by rubbing her body, a practice that some found disgusting. In some myths, she is put to death, and in some, she escapes to the heavens. In both, before her death, she provides instructions and seeds to ensure the continued production of corn. She is, of course, associated with corn, maize, which provides for the strength and continuity of humans. The Corn Mother is often shown with a sleeping child in her arms or a labyrinth. Her partner, the sun sky god, is depicted by a cross. So the message here is patience, gentleness, forgiveness, and sacrifice are sometimes necessary to bring something from seed to life. So fertility, creativity, birth, gentleness, patience, abundance, nourishment, well-being, and sacrifice are your key words. And the time period here is the beginning phase of a situation or season. So again, the start of Leo season might be significant, or Sagittarius, but I feel it's more so Leo. So that is everything I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. And of course, if you would like more exclusive content, additional readings, personal readings, artwork, all kinds of fun goodies, Pisces podcast, that is all available through my Patreon link down below. So I thank you all so much for being here with me today, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those that picked the fourth and final pile here with the Sunstone, We're going to go ahead and see how and where, potentially when, your future spouse might be approaching you and what is happening. So you guys got an additional tarot card here. So we have the Death card for one. We have the Empress as well. We also have the Two of Swords. And we have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, your future spouse is definitely going to come at you hardcore. They're very professional. They could be a businessman of some sort, running their own business maybe. But this is during a time period definitely where you are going through a major transition. But it's really, really positive. It's bringing about fertility, rebirth, creativity, re-establishing your own connection with your own self and your sexuality. Really bountiful and beautiful, but it's going to require you to make a decision, to make a choice. And you might not be very clear, but you need to just trust your instincts and go with it. You could be meeting your future spouse, or they could be approaching you during Scorpio season. There could definitely be an element here of the mysterious, of the taboo, the unusual in some aspect, or an inheritance, or something to do with family heritage in some aspects. But let's see what else we have here. We also have the Moon coming out. So yeah, pay attention to your dreams. You could definitely be meeting, they could be approaching you at night at some particular event. They could come off as very mysterious and you're like, what is going on with them? There could be a full moon happening. We also have Mars in Sagittarius with domination. And we have Jupiter in Cancer with speculation. Interesting. Let's see what else. We also have deception coming out. So yeah, this could be happening at a work, some sort of work event, or there's something going on with your work and career that is not the greatest situation at the moment. Which is why you could be having some of this confusion or some uncertainty. But you also have Mountain coming out, so holding your strength. You could be meeting them in a mountainous kind of environment, or there's something significant about the mountain. And we have card 8 coming out as well. So I'm very curious to see what this card has to say. I've never pulled this card from this deck. But let's go ahead and start by getting a little bit more clarity on our Moon card here and see what additional information we can gather from it. So, good outcome to disputes, a new relationship, successful journeys. So yes, there could definitely still be some difficult choices you have to make, but when you do that, it's like these opportunities, and this person's definitely going to be approaching you because they're highly interested in you, and especially with how you carry yourself in a difficult situation is another thing I get here. So let's look at our astrological cards and gather a little bit more from that. So the Mars in Sag, that's an interesting one. So with it being here, it's saying, when this card is chosen in a reading, it can mean, depending on the question asked, that either the questioner is being pressured by someone or is applying too much pressure to someone else. The domination card indicates a need to stand back and detach oneself in order to see the truth of a situation. Definitely with this situation. So events are an argument over ideals, persuading others by bullying, the start of an expedition, reckless optimism with regard to a long-term project, competitive sports. So maybe this is a competitive sports event for some of you as well. Because especially with she's kind of like throwing the daggers at the bullseye. So there is kind of like a sportiness to this in some ways. But yeah, whatever the situation is, it's a little bit awkward. But how you handle it kind of determines everything and can lead to a brand new outcome. Let's also look at the Jupiter in Cancer. So when this card is drawn during reading, it encourages the questioner to look at his or her family for support or even financial help with regard to the question asked. The speculation card is also a good indication of a successful outcome to an imminent property deal. So events are a legal situation involving the home, running a family business from home, exploiting an inheritance to the benefit of the family. Interesting. So next up, let's talk about the deception card here. So let's see, with this particular event card, this is event 7. And it has to say, betrayal and manipulation. So a woman works at a desk with 2 coworkers whispering behind her. There's a warning here, so be aware. Things are not always what they seem. Someone close to you may not have your best interests at heart, and in fact could actually be working against you. This could be a person or people at work, or it may be a friend or family member. It could also manifest as a subtle manipulation or come in the form of a significant betrayal. If you're embroiled in a legal battle, there may be information that's being hidden from you. The deception may be a more personal one, however. Is there something you're ignoring or even lying to yourself about? Could you be betraying yourself in your choices or in the way you treat or talk to yourself? Whatever may be going on, don't panic. Whether it's an inner or outer issue, you can stand up for yourself. You deserve honesty, respect, and support. Give these to yourself and request the same from others. Choose to act on your own behalf. As you do, you will attract increasing support. Exactly. And I feel like that's going to really impress your future spouse, because they're going to want to help you in this situation. Then, of course, we have Mountain coming out here as well. So let's see what its message for you guys is. It makes no sense to deny the strength you have at the cost of allowing yourself to be reactive and subject to external influences far beyond what is healthy for you. Imagine yourself as a mountain of strength, solidly grounded in the earth, your head held high as if you were touching the sky. Do so without straining, just as the mountain itself does not strain. The current situation calls for you to be vigilant, but not to the point of fear or paranoia. Be that rock of strength that you are capable of becoming. The solidness of your resolve will be clearly communicated when you model yourself after the towering immensity of a mountain, impenetrable and indestructible. Standing steady like a rock is what is called for at this time. Makes total sense if you're dealing with this situation. And then lastly, we have this card 8, which I'm very, very curious to see about. So with it here, this is talking about Woodpecker with opportunity. So Woodpecker taps to find nourishing tidbits. As he sounds out his environment looking for treasures, he reminds us that opportunities are everywhere, even where there seems to be no hope, such as in dead trees. Woodpecker is steadfast in his determination. He is also loud, from the taps that echo through an otherwise quiet wood to his loud and distinctive call. With Woodpecker, Spirit is speaking loudly to you, and you are encouraged to listen. Solutions to some of your most challenging problems are available if you listen. The crystal emphasizes clarity and focus. Don't give up after an initial failure. Listen for guidance, stay focused, and maintain your determination. So, keywords are opportunity, perseverance, certainty, truth, failures that are really lessons, trying many times, finding treasures in unlikely places. So the time period here is July, the month of long days. So again, this is a timeless reading. So regardless, whenever July is occurring for you, that might be when this situation is happening, or something significant about your future spouse approaching you will be occurring then. Pay attention to what's happening in the moon in that month. And I think July actually is like Cancer season, like the end of Cancer season, the beginning of Leo season. So that might be significant as well. So pay attention to that. You're definitely going through a massive shift and transition. And again, certain things are going to be cut from your life because one door is slamming closed and another one is opening. So go for the opportunity because it's going to lead you to a brighter future here. So definitely your future spouse could be approaching you because of this particular situation, offering support, offering you advice, something like that. Very, very interesting. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. Of course, if you want access to more exclusive content, do check out my Patreon link down below because it does help greatly in the continued production of these videos and supporting this channel. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.